Hello students, I hope you all are fit and fine. Now today we are going to start our next chapter, that is verbs. Everyone is familiar with the word verbs. Let's do a recap. Verbs are those words which show action. All the action words are known as verbs. Example: play, write, jump, walk, etc. Now over here, play means action. That subject is playing. It means subject is doing action. Write, jump, walk, these are all your verbs which shows action. Example: he writes a letter. Now over here, subject is he, and what he is doing? He is showing action. Writes. So writes is your verb. He is writing a letter. So over here, writes is your verb. Now there are few types of verbs in English language. Let's see one by one. First is principal verbs. Now what are principal verbs? Principal verbs are those verbs which stand alone. We can also say that principal verbs are your main verbs. In this sentence, he writes a letter. Writes is your main verb. Writes is your principal verb. So principal verbs are those verbs which stand alone in the sentence. Next, transitive and intransitive verbs. Transitive verbs are those verbs in which we have objects. Intransitive, no objects. Finite and non-finite verbs, and last, auxiliaries and modals. Now, finite and non-finite verbs are divided into categories. Like over here in finite, we have usage. 3 uses are there. And in non-finite, we have 3 types: gerunds, infinitives, and participles. Now, let's study all these types of verbs one by one in detail. Now, the very first verb is principal verbs. As I told you that these types of verbs stand alone in the sentence. Example: run, play, walk, jump, wrote, writes. These are all your main verbs. These are all your principal verbs. So, principal verbs are also known as main verbs. Now, let's do the exercises. This is your exercise. Let's start. He writes a letter. Now, over here, action word, principal verb or main verb is writes. Second, the dog wagged its tail. Dog is doing action. And what is that action? Wait. Next, I have a beautiful house. Now over here, verb is have. I have a beautiful house. So have is your verb. Now, how come you say that have is your action? Now, these are the form of to be. These are also known as auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. But these over here are another form of helping verbs. It is to be form, base form you can say. So, have is your main verb in this sentence. Next, he arrived at 11 a.m. Over here, arrived is your main verb. And last, she jumps on the couch. Over here, which word is your main verb? Correct. Jumps. So all the underlined words are your principal verbs which stand alone in the sentence. Now, next is transitive and intransitive verbs. Now, what are transitive and intransitive verbs? Transitive verbs are those verbs that require an object. Yes, transitive verbs are used with an object, and intransitive verbs do not require any object to complete its meaning. So, transitive verbs need objects and intransitive verbs do not need object. Let's do the examples. Transitive verbs example first. He writes a letter. Now over here verb is writes and object is letter. Next, Rani baked a cake. Action is bake, and what is the object? Cake is the object. Next, my friend moved his furniture. Now over here action is moved, and what is moving over here? Furniture. So furniture is your object. She jumps on the couch. Jumps is your verb and object is couch. As I said, transitive verbs are those verbs which need object to complete its meaning in the sentence. So that is why over here with writes we have object letter, with bake we have object cake, with move we have object furniture, and with jumps we have object couch. Now let's move on to intransitive verbs. I told you that intransitive verbs do not require any object. They laughed. Over here, laugh is your verb. We don't have any object over here. Birds fly. Fly is also your verb. It rains. Rains also your verb. And last, creepers grow fast. So over here, grow is your verb. See, over here in these sentences, we do not have any object. We have only and only verb. So that is why these are known as your intransitive and these are known as your transitive. Now, third is finite and non-finite verbs. Now, finite verbs are those verbs which acts with the help of subject. It means like it is like an agreement. Yes, it is like an agreement between verb and subject. And we have three parameters in which we will going to change. And that parameters are person, tense and numbers. Verb changes as per person, as per tenses as well as numbers. Now, person means first person, second person and third person. Verb changes according to the first person, second person and third person. This is first parameter. Second parameter, tense, according to the tense, like past, present and future tense. And third parameter is your number, like whether the subject is singular or plural. So we have these three parameters, and according to this parameter we will going to change the verbs. Now first is person. I run a mile daily. He runs a mile daily. Now in this sentence, I run a mile daily. Verb is run. Second sentence, verb is runs. And over here we are talking about person. So over here I. So I is your first person and he is your third person. So according to the person we will going to change the verbs. First person run and third person runs. So these run and run are your finite verbs. Next, tense. I play cricket every day. I played cricket yesterday. Now, when we're talking about time, it means we are talking about whether it is related to the past, present or future. See the first sentence, I play cricket every day. Which time? This is your present time. I played cricket yesterday. It means we are talking about past time. So, according to the tenses, for present we use play and for past we use played. Next is number. That subject is singular or plural. So first example, apple is of red color. Now over here is your verb. Second, apples are of red color. Over here are is your verb. Apple singular and apples plural. So according to the number, we have changed the verbs. It is not that whatever you want to, you can. So according to the parameter, you have to use the verb. Now, next we have non-finite verbs. Now, non-finite verbs do not depend upon the person, tense or number. Now, let's move on to non-finite verbs. And there are three types. First is gerunds, second infinitives, and third we have participles. We have three non-finite verbs: gerunds, infinitives, and participles. Now, let's see gerunds in detail. Gerunds. Now, gerunds are those verbs which works as a noun. Correct? Which acts as a noun. And at the end, we have ing form of the verb. Like play changes into playing. Swim changes into swimming. Like this. Now, we have three uses of gerunds. Gerund as subject, gerund as an object, and gerund as a complementary verb to be. To be means present and past. What we are going to use in present is am, are, and for past was, were. Now, first let's see gerund as subject. How we'll find gerund as subject? See the example. Swimming is good for health. Now, over here, swimming is your subject. We know that subject is either noun or pronoun. But over here, we are using gerund as subject. So, this verb swimming works as a noun or pronoun, or you can say works as a subject in the sentence. So, swimming is your gerund, non-finite verb. So, swimming is good for health. So, subject is swimming. Second, writing is an exchange of idea. So, over here, writing is also your subject. Ing form of the verb are there. Next, gerund as an object. As an object means that we have subject. Yes. I love dancing. Over here, I is your subject. So, subject is already there in the sentence. So, we are going to use gerund as object. So, dancing is your gerund, but which form? Object form. Next example, Mark enjoys cooking a lot. Over here, Mark is your subject. We have subject. So, over here, cooking is your object. But which object? Gerund object. So, gerund as an object, we have dancing and cooking. First, swimming and writing is subject, and second, dancing and cooking is your object. Next, gerund as verb to be. Complementary verb or complement of the verb to be. Now, to be means present or past. In present we have is, am, are, and in past we have was, were. So over here, see the example. Joy's favorite hobby is playing a guitar. Now over here, Joy is your subject and playing is your verb. So over here, complement to be is over here. So is playing is your complementary verb to be. Playing is your gerund as a verb and the form of to be is. Next, competition is trying to do better than your opponent. So over here, trying is your verb and to be form is. So is trying, is playing is the third use, that is gerund as complementary verb of to be. Clear? Now let's move on to infinitives. Now infinitives are not the main verbs. I repeat, it is not the main verb. It is created by adding to before the base form of verb. So infinitives are not main verbs and we use to before the verb's base form. Example, see, play, run, talk. Now these are base forms of verb. Before, if we use to, it will change into infinitive. To play, to run, to talk. Clear? Now see the examples. I want to write. Now over here, infinitive is to write. Write is your base form of verb and before write we are using to. So it is infinitive. Second, I have no time to eat. To eat is your infinitive. Last, she reads to gain knowledge. To gain is your infinitive. Now, see the last one. Bare infinitives. Now, what are bare infinitives? Bare infinitives are those infinitives in which we do not use the word to. Yes. These are those words in which we do not add to before the base form of verb. Example, she made me cry. Listen very carefully. She made me cry. I have not said she made me to cry. She made me cry. Now cry over here is the base form of verb. Before that, if I am going to use to, then it will change into infinitive. But bare infinitive, only cry is there without adding to. So these are your exceptional cases and these are also known as your bare infinitives. Now last we have participles in non-finite verb. And we have three participles: present, past and perfect. In present participle, we use ing form of the verb along with the adjective. In past, we use the third form of the verb along with the adjective. And in perfect participle, we use active and passive voice. In active voice, we are going to use having, and in passive voice we will going to use having plus being. So let's see in detail. Present participle, ing form of the verb along with adjective. Now see the example. I really like dancing doll. Now over here, like is your main verb. As I told you that non-finite verbs are not the main verbs. So over here, like is your main verb and dancing. This word dancing shows the quality of the doll. That is why over here dancing is your adjective. Next example, he sold his working machine. Now over here sold is your main verb and the quality of machine is working. So working will be your adjective. Next, past participle. Third form of the verb along with adjective. Example, the broken glass cut my foot. Now over here, cut is your main verb and broken is the third form of break. So broken will be your past participle. Next, the burnt toast tasted awful. Now over here, tasted is your main verb, is your principal verb, and burnt shows the quality of the toast. So burnt is your past participle. Next, perfect participle. Active passive means having and having been. See the example. Having edited the video, I started uploading it. Over here, this is your active. So, having edited is your perfect active participle. And next, having been defeated, he fled away. So, having been defeated is your perfect passive participle. That's all for today. I hope you have understood the chapter. By the time, keep on learning.